know what? Take my old
경험
tossball blocker too.
괜찮아.
Never get the chance to use it these days.
경험치를 좀만 더 줬으면 좋겠는데. 어이 좋아요.
You think maybe you could get some of your friends around here too?
좋아요 좋아요. 그만 마셔 친구야.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above? More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no.
갑자기 멀쩡해졌어.
There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go. Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower.
악마의
commonly called
봉우리?
Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer.
Long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
응? 뭐야?
You look like a
같은
preacher.
편 된 거야?
You a traveling vicar?
예?
In a manner of speaking.
어허.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting it.
영
Himself
가깝겠지?
in all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a raft encampment. Hand still gripping it too.
The plan unfolds
뭐 하는
as
거야?
the plan unfolds. To vicar and layman alike.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others.
셀리아에게 잘했다고 칭찬할게. 씨. 빨리 와 빨리. 아 뭐야 사람 있네? 요약, 규제 완화, 생산량 증가, 이사회와는 중재, 장기 목표, 외벽 손상, 훔칠 수가 없네.
Is it true that manta queens devour their mates after copulation?
이상한 얘기라고 써.
Well, sort of. They kill 'em.
그런 거 얘기하지 마.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon.
여기도 초콜릿, 민트,
What can I do for you today?
참연어 팔아요?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on
렙티돈을
Rapidon
산다고?
acid.
아 렙티돈 산을? 왜?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are
야,
complaining
네가
about
그
the
2층에
smell.
셀리 아니야?
I couldn't. What if he says no?
씨, 얘도 똑같네. 씨.
Maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask.
그걸 내가 왜?
Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly.
내
I gotta
동료도
get back to
그렇고.
work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away. Have you
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising
광고
would be
모델이요?
a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
저기요?
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon.
얘들 왜 이래?
I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here? Out at Devil's Peak? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
Damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
피내지가 날 때는 이런 식민지에서 한 번만 더 괴상한 과학 프로젝트 결과물을 음식이랍시고 먹는다면 솔직히 초콜릿 민트 연어는 좀 아니잖아.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
양 익숙하세요?
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it
광고를
seems
내가
we're
봤었나?
back to the drawing
누구?
board. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Something to be said for perseverance. I endeavor to persevere myself.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such
주세요.
arrangements are...
경험치 주세요.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
I don't know what intellectualism means, but if someone's willing to build us a few practical things around here, I ain't gonna judge them on account of their beliefs.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning
뭐지?
to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
방어 체계.
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course.
볼트.
If you can get us what we need to reach
Bolt
the Bolt
52.
starting, the Bolt 52, we'll be able to
52.
become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
야, 하나하나씩 아니구나.
Quite one of
52.
the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in, these days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. So taciturn, so dour. I'll be waiting with bated breath. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you?
아, 맞다.
Well, forgive me, Celia. Anyway. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Yes.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his
경험치 잘
review. What else can I
줬으니까
do for you?
나도 좋은 소리 해야지.
Then it's good that I keep. I've asked myself the same thing many times. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
당시에는 테라원. 다음
Very well. What can I do?
수고. 아까 뭐지?
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth?
You look like a woman.
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sacs. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered. Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff. Nice of you to say. I like her too. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount.
Yup.
Hmm? Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
설득.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
바로 좋은 소식 전해줘야 돼. 축하한다. 데이트하네.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
뭐래? 반말하고 있어. 씨.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it?
경험치
Was
더,
he like,
한 번 더.
yay, Celia,
개꿀.
I've secretly been waiting for this? Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on? Right. I've just got to be myself. Just my normal self. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back to work look. Anyhow, thank you.
가자. 다 했어. 양쪽이었는데?
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for Rat Musk. Bet they also pay for his statements.
여기? 아, 여기가 도박장이야?
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something and
도박에
he
푹
just couldn't let
빠졌구만.
it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
예상대로.
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his
Elia.
buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thank you.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do. Here to catch... What can... Here to... What can... Grams... All it...
뒤졌다.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Uh-huh.
Think they're watching the same
A
serial?
vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
니들이 죽였니?
I met another believer once. Pushy.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. How? That was supposed to go out with the next batch of salt tuna. What are you suggesting, pal?
오랫동안 사람들을 괴롭혀서 사리 분별이 된다면 당장 이거 그냥 가는 거 아니야?
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny.
제발 싸워라.
Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
야, 쉣.
Hey! Listen,
아
Fine.
뭐야?
This pissant
나
town ain't worth it.
공격해야겠다 무조건. 아 설마 평판 떨어지나?
Who the
Hey! How? What? Here they come. They were destined to die.
이거 봐 평판 감소했어. 뭐 들고 있니? 에이, 싫으면 죽이지 말까? 들고 있는 것도 없어. 아, 쉣. 들고 있는 것도 없어.
who the fuck?
Hey! How? Wow. Most fun.
저장하지 말고 혹시 누구였더라? 신디? 걔가 죽여달라고 하면 죽여야겠다.
Hey, Max. What does your religion say happens to us after we die?
The body returns to the universe from.
A fine day for bit, anyway. But that's terrible.
Terrible.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them
언젠간
eventually.
먼지 처리하려고.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
조금밖에 안 주네 돈. 아니 보통은 시간 좀 지나면 경험치도 늘고 경험치 늘고 이제 돈도 늘어야 되는 거 아닌가? 돈은 왜 이렇게 짜? 시간 지나면 돈도 좀 늘어야지. 쪽? 여긴 건가?
Can we talk?
여기 다 세지 않아?
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
You'll get used to it. Give it 10 or 15 years.
멘티퀸은 없네?
That one's done for.
Get it out! Get it out!
And we're alive.
확실히 레벨 올라가니까 딜 좋다. 좋아요, 좋아요.
Nice one.
Nice hit!
Everyone all right?
Let me go.
I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Don't bother knocking on any doors. If anyone's inside, they're liable to respond with gunfire. Returning fire! Perfection!
튀어. 니들 옷 입혀야겠다. 안 되겠다. 평가. 산자르는 숫자와 통계를 보고서에 추가하는 나쁜 습관이 있다. 비전이 부족하다. 뭐 다 부족한데? 재미있는 언급이 부족합니다. 그레이엄. 도라 에릭스. 그래 뭐 좀 능력이 부족한 거지. 나쁜 사람은 아니니까.
Hey, Cap, got a minute?
왜?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous. Really? Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection.
뜨지라고.
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead.
아,
I'd
무덤
like to gather
방문이야?
their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were. First, we go to Hayes. I've buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry. Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Thanks, Cap.
뭔 소리야?
Hello? Hello? I hear boots out there. Wait, can rats wear boots?
네. 헉슬리? 헉스? 헉스?
I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Mantiqueen showed up. Then Raptidons.
잘도 숨어있네.
I ran in here, and now the door's locked. Little help? Rude. I'll have you know I can go for whole days without a snack. I'll be here if you change your mind. On account of I can't do anything else.
야, 씨, 어두우니까 굉장히 무섭다. 여기 길이 왜 있는 거야? 이 길이구나.
Phew. Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna
너 어디서
die.
많이 어디서
Now I'm out here.
본 올 것
I'm
같아.
headed back to Amber Heights.
Still landing yourself in trouble, eh, Hux?
Oh, hi, Nyoka. You mind giving me an escort back home? Oh, you're traveling with someone. Never mind. Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy and... Hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend?